Hi, my name is Emanuel Swedenborg. I may have been dead for over 200 years, but that hasn't stopped me from sharing my writings with wonderful and intelligent people just like yourself. Having served as a scientist and assessor of the Board of Mines in the Kingdom of Sweden, I was eventually called by the Lord to a higher mission, to observe and describe the realities of the spiritual world. Among the many truths I was permitted to witness, none is more fundamental to human happiness than the nature of true marriage love, which I published in my work, Conjugal Love. In my earlier life, I sought the soul through the study of anatomy, yet it eluded my grasp until my spiritual sight was opened. I have since learned that sex is a permanent fact of our total being, primarily spiritual and only secondarily physical. It is imprinted upon every fiber of our body, mind, and soul. Therefore, when a person dies, they do not become a sexless shadow. A man rises into the spiritual world as a man, and a woman as a woman. Because maleness and femaleness are contrasting and complementary in every idea of thought, and particular of affection, the desire for union persists into eternity. Many in the Church have misunderstood the Lord's words, that in heaven they neither marry nor are given in marriage. Having spoken with angels for many years, I can attest that these words refer to worldly, legalistic arrangements based on trick questions of the Sadducees rather than the spiritual essence of union. The marriage that must be entered into is the internal wedding of the mind and heart, the union of what we know with what we love. If this foundation is laid on earth, it flourishes in heaven, for angels are human beings in every aspect. The origin of this love is divine, flowing from the union of love and wisdom in the Lord himself. In human beings, these attributes are distributed so that the woman typically embodies love and the man embodies wisdom. When they unite, they form a larger self, achieving a wholeness that is otherwise impossible. This union is the end of ends in creation, for its ultimate service is the propagation of the human race and the population of heaven. Because this use is so holy, the Lord has gathered into it every possible delight, gladness, and delicious current of joy. I observed that inwardly conjoining marriages are rare on earth, as choices are often restricted by station, wealth, or external appearances. However, the Lord provides for all. Those who are mismatched on earth may find their trials serve to strengthen their character, but such unions are dissolved after death, when internal states are revealed. If a person has a desire for true marriage, they will eventually meet a suitable partner in the spiritual world. This includes infants who die and are nurtured by angels until they reach adulthood and enter into their own marriages. Furthermore, true marriage love is the fountain of perpetual youth. In the natural world, we grow old and feeble, but in heaven, the inhabitants progress steadily toward the springtime of life. The more thousands of years angels live, the more pleasant and happy their springtime becomes. I have seen such pairs from the highest heavens. The husband radiated a light sparkling with the love of wisdom, and the wife possessed an inexpressible, dazzling beauty that was the outward manifestation of their internal love. Marriage is not merely a social contract, but a celestial and holy state that opens the interior levels of the mind. It is the vessel through which the divine life flows most fully into the human experience, restoring our dignity and leading us toward the image and likeness of God. To understand the union of two souls in heaven, imagine two distinct flames that are brought together. While they are two separate sources of light, as they merge, they form a single, more brilliant fire that gives off far greater heat and illumination than they ever could apart. In the same way, A husband and wife in true marriage do not lose their identity, but their two spirits combine to radiate a single glorious warmth that grows brighter and more vigorous as it burns through eternity. I have commissioned a web space to showcase my writings. It can be found at swedenborg.netlify.ap.